Hello, Pokemon trainers! Welcome back to a Pokemon video here on iStarly TV. This is something that we haven't done in so long, but I felt like this was necessary for who we are as Pokemon fans. Today is a big day. The starters and the legendaries for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon were announced, or were revealed rather, as well as some other kind of small but kind of important information regarding the new games. So we're going to discuss each of the starters and what we think about them, as well as the legendaries and even the region of the game. So one of the big reasons that we felt we wanted to do this here, unfortunately Dieter is not here with me, he's at school, so I have to do this alone, but I would like to talk about these with him. But one of the reasons why we want to do this is because if you don't know, this is actually how we started iStarly TV. We were a Pokemon channel when we first started 3 years ago, and some of the first ever videos we ever produced were speculation and discussion videos for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, which at the time were brand new, and they were news. And so now that we have, 3 years later, we have brand new Pokemon games coming out. It's kind of like the same kind of deal, the same idea of, oh, look how excited we are, this is amazing, I really can't wait. These games are coming out in November, which is not too far away. I mean, they were announced a little earlier in the year, a couple months ago, I feel, and they're coming out in the same year, so that's awesome that we don't have to wait that long for them, and I'm super excited. I can't really even say how excited I am because I'm just so excited, but let's start talking about those lovely little starters now. All three of them were revealed, as well as their typings and their names, and that's pretty important information as well. First, we have Rowlet. Rowlet is the grass type starter, and he is a grass and flying type, and I must say this is absolutely my favorite of the starters, so it's good that we're starting with my favorite. And he's just so cute. I think that really adds to it. He's really cute. This is getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but the region is a very tropical region, and it looks beautiful, by the way, but I think Rowlet really fits that. I mean, I know he's an owl, he looks like an owl, and owls aren't necessarily very tropical birds, but he kind of also looks like a mix between an owl and some kind of tropical bird. He has that little green kind of leaf, little bow tie looking thing on his front, and then his tail is like a big green leaf as well, so he definitely looks like he has some tropical bird-inspired elements to him, and I think that's really awesome to see that this is a Pokemon who looks like he fits in this region, like this is his natural habitat. Well, I guess it's all of their natural habitats, but I think it's cool that we have a region that's very tropical, and we have a starter that looks fairly tropical, at least to me. That's the first thing I noticed about him, and you can't say no to that. Look how cute he is. He's so cute. He's a little cute birdie, and I'm just super excited. I already have decided that he is going to be my starter. I know it's a little early to decide, but this is very different than, well, not necessarily. I think for when X and Y came out, I had decided that Fennekin would be my starter because it reminded me of my dog. It looked really cute like that. And then as the games came out, I don't think I was really that excited. I think I liked Froakie a lot more because Greninja was awesome. But this time around, I'm pretty set on the little bird, Rowlet. And we haven't seen their evolutions yet, but I don't imagine that'll change. He's a grass and flying type too, which is really different than anything we've seen so far with grass type starters. Normally the grass type starters, well, we've had some mix. We've had grass and poison type starters, we've had pure grass starters, we've had grass and fighting type starters, so it's been a pretty big mix, but the grass type starters have never been the best. Usually they're overshadowed by the fire or water type starters. I'm not sure if Rowlet's final evolution will be super strong or if he'll be the best of the starters, but at least as far as the little original starters go, Rowlet looks like the cutest, the most fun, and I just can imagine my character having a little Rowlet on his shoulder, and that's just the cutest thing. So Rowlet is my favorite. Let me know what you think of Rowlet, and what are your predictions for him. Next we have Litten. This is a name, Litten. I don't know. He's cool. He's awesome. He definitely looks like a Pokemon. Looks like what we would expect. He's a fire cat. That's really cool. And I really like the stripes on him. It gives him a little bit of a sinister appeal. And the kind of black and red coloration is really neat overall. So I can imagine that his his final evolution is going to look really, really cool. And his name, I'm not really sold on his name. I don't know. It's the first day. These things will grow on me for sure, but Litten, it just feels so simple. I mean, it's an obvious combination of lit, like he's lit. He is lit. And kitten. And something that I noticed that's interesting is they revealed little kind of Pokédex entries for these 3 starters, and for Litten it says something like he turns the he turns the hairballs, like he licks his paws, and the hairballs in his throat, he turns them into fireballs. That's kind of interesting, kind of weird, but it's cute, it's cool. I mean, as far as cats are concerned, this is our first, like, fire-type cat Pokemon, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. We had Leo in the previous generation, who was a little fire-type lion cub, and that was awesome. But Litten, I like him. I like his design. I don't like his name. He's a pure fire type, but the way his coloration appears, it suggests that he could evolve into maybe a fire and dark type, which is not super unique, but pretty cool. I think that could end up being really awesome. But you never know. I mean, for every single time a new batch of starters is revealed, we look at them and we predict their evolutions, and then we're always really very wrong. I remember so many people were hoping that Fennekin's final evolution would not be a fire and fighting type, because before that we had gotten 3 fire and fighting types in a row. So hopefully Litten doesn't go back to the fire and fighting type, theme that these fire type starters have been following. But Litten, very cool Pokemon, but I'm still gonna favor Rowlet because Rowlet is just so cute. Next we have Popplio. I don't know about you, but this was my least favorite. I think he can grow on me too. He's cute, but I just don't think I'm really sold on him. I remember when Oshawott came out, he really stood out to me as like a weird kind of awkward Pokemon too. This looks like he's falling in the same line as Oshawott. Obviously they look very different, but it's another water type kind of seal Pokemon. We already have Seal, we already have Spheal, and now we have, I guess, Popplio. Like, okay, dude, like, is this necessary? Not only that, but I feel like if you try to picture his evolution, there's not too many places that his evolution could go. Like, it's gonna be a giant kind of seal thing. I imagine his evolution could look something like Samurott. I mean, he's kind of like, he has the same body structure, and I don't know, he looks like a mix of Oshawott and well, I don't know what else, but I mean, yeah, he's cute. Popplio is cute. It's just he doesn't stand out to me. He doesn't stand out as being anything exciting. He is a pure water type, so we'll see. Maybe he can get another type when he evolves, but maybe not. Who knows? It's just that he doesn't really have much that interests me, and again, kind of in predicting what he could evolve into, I can't imagine anything that would look amazing, but I could be very wrong. I mean, if you look at Rowlet, there's so many awesome different directions they could go with a grass and flying type bird evolution. It could be like a more tropical bird. It could be like an owl with leafy feathers. It just sounds so cool. With Litten just looks awesome to begin with. He has those black and red stripes. He looks very kind of poised, and he could be bipedal. His final evolution could stand on 2 legs, or his final evolution could be, quadrupedal. It could stand on 4 legs. There's so many different directions that either of those 2 starters can go. Popplio, I'm not so sure, unless his final evolution looks kind of like a clown, which I think personally would be kind of neat. I'm probably in the minority on that one, but yeah, Popplio's not my favorite here, but who knows, that could change. What do you think of Popplio? Let me know in the comments. I'm really interested in hearing. Next, I want to talk about, in talking about Pokemon here, they did show us a glimpse of the box art legendaries, of the 2 legendaries in the game, the Sun legendary and the Moon legendary, and they are both awesome. I remember the first time I watched the trailer, I was like, the Sun legendary looks awesome. It's like a lion. That's pretty sick. And I was like, okay, well, but what is the Moon like, that's so weird. But watching it again, it's awesome. It's so cool. I don't even know what it is. It's like a demon. It's like a bat. It's like a... I have no idea what it is, but it looks very cool. So I can't imagine what the typings for these are going to be. Obviously, I think the kind of first thought that everyone's going to have for the Sun legendary is going to be he's a fire type, and that's very possible. But he could be anything. I mean, I remember we saw Yveltal in 6th gen, and we thought, oh, is he a rock type? Is he a steel type? He ended up just being pure fairy. And then Yveltal as well, we were like, okay... Oh, did I say Yveltal twice? I meant Xerneas the first time, and this is Yveltal, and we were like, okay, is Yveltal gonna be, you know, a dragon, or is it, you know, and it wasn't. It was a dark and flying type, so I think they could totally surprise us here. The Moon legendary could totally be a dark type, maybe a ghost type. Neither of them look like they would be dragon type, so that's kind of cool that they're branching away from having the two main legendaries be dragons, because for a few generations they had dragons for Diamond and Pearl, and then X and Y. Sorry, Black and White, sorry. Yeah, so the legendaries look great. They look so cool. I think I'm going to choose Pokemon Sun version because he's so cool. He's just like a lion. Like, how sick is that? But Moon version I think would be awesome too. I think it's going to, for me, the final decision is going to depend on what Pokemon you can catch in which game, because they always do it that way anyway. So which version are you looking at? Which of these two legendaries are you most excited for? And what do you think their typings are going to be? If I had to guess, if you told me I have to guess what these two Pokemon's typings are, I would say that the Sun Pokemon is probably a fire type. I can't really see him being anything else. I mean, well, I could see him being anything else, so that's why it's hard to decide. But I think he's definitely at least going to be a fire type. I don't think he would be a fairy type, so probably just a fire type. And then the Moon Pokemon, I'm going to say he's going to be like ghost and dark. I don't know, that's strange. I'm just kind of making a huge guess here. He could be a flying type as well, who knows? But these are both just really cool looking legendaries, and I'm excited to see what happens with them. Finally, I just want to talk about the region. I think that the region looks awesome, and that's something that's kind of a small thing, and they didn't show off too much of the region, but it looks, like I said before, it looks very tropical. There was one part in particular where the character was running, and there's these little kind of like tiki looking kind of totem pole things as he's running, and I thought that looked amazing. This whole idea of some kind of tropical island location is just so cool to me. And I think it's based off of Hawaii, or people are speculating that it's based off of Hawaii, so that's really cool too. I really enjoy how these Pokemon games, as they become a lot more detailed and rich and you know, have much more beautiful graphics and more colorful everything, they're kind of adapting them to kind of real world locations. Like Unova was based off of America, I believe. Kalos was based off of France, and so on. So I think it's really cool to see that interpretation in these Pokemon games. So what do you think of the region? What do you expect? What kind of things do you want to see in this region? What kind of Pokemon do you want to see in this game? I for one hope, if there's any one request I have for this game, it's that they have more than 100 Pokemon, more than 100 new Pokemon. I just love getting new Pokemon. I remember I was a little bit disappointed with X and Y. We only got like 70 new Pokemon. That was really, really low. I really hope they give us more than that, but we'll have to see. Right now, Rowlet's my favorite, and I'm just so excited for this game. These games come out November 18th, 2016, so we are about 6 months away. That's still a long time, but I cannot wait. I'm gonna be the first one at the store on the day that these games come out, and I'm gonna be playing them non-stop. I can't wait. So what are your expectations for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, and what did you like about this trailer, and what are you expecting overall? I really thank you very much for watching, and also please let me know if this is something you'd be interested in seeing more of. Do you want to see us do more kind of Pokemon discussion type videos, or even Pokemon videos in general, since I know this isn't something we've been doing a lot lately. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that the time between now and Pokemon Sun and Moon's release date is quick.